Welcome to the AMF University Cash Flow Business Loan Training. This program is going to provide capital for your merchants and commissions for your bank account the quickest. There are thousands of business owners desperate for this lending option out in the marketplace. Make sure that you ask the qualifying questions to ensure a high funding ratio, which we're going to cover here in a minute. And just in terms of what that means in commissionable dollars, 1 million in funded deals per month equals $15,000 to $20,000 in commissions monthly. So again, a very, very powerful program. Merchants need money and you guys need commissions, so let's get into how we exactly do that. Okay, there's a number of tools that are in this section. There's a merchant presentation, which is on the video on our main page, that I recommend reviewing numerous times just so you have a comfort level of the program. If you're going to market via email or even do a screen share, the presentation is here in the PDF file. I'll open it up in a second. So again, it really mirrors everything. If you want to talk through the program with your merchants, again, be very versed. It's good to know sometimes if your merchants don't have time to see the video, you still want to be comfortable talking about the program details, the upside of the program, understand the cost breakdown. This is really what they're going to want to know. Well, how much does the money cost me? How are these broken out in separate forms, again, compared to other products? What are the advantages? And this is very important, the lending guidelines. These qualifying questions are critical to make sure that we have a high volume of, a high ratio, I should say, of funded deals and the documentation required. Let's talk about this. The nice thing is that we're going to have a secure web portal that your merchants can actually upload their banking documents and their tax returns whenever possible. If they need to actually FedEx them in, we could also arrange that. So you're not going to be required to physically collect the documents. We'll have that set up in the back end, so that'll really help in order to push things forward. So your main role is going to be to ask the qualifying questions and to fill out the initial application, and then we'll quarterback it from there, keep in the loop on the process, let you know when they're funded. So again, we do have a good system in place that we're going to flow these deals pretty aggressively. And again, you also touch on the other merchant programs that we're offering as we discussed in the presentation. So let me get to this screen. Getting back to the cash flow loan section, there's also the paper application as well. That's on here, and we have an online application I'm going to show you in a couple seconds. For the paper application, if a merchant is not in a position or you can't do a screen share or can't go to the website for any reason, this is where you'd find your paper app that you could still even talk to the merchant over the phone. They could hopefully give you most of the information. If they want to fax it in, that's fine as well. You can see on here I've added a column where you could add your agent name and agent code. You could also save this as a PDF, so if you're in a position to fill this out on the phone with your merchant, you can do that. But again, the loan application is pretty straightforward. We covered this in an earlier training, but again, just review it, making sure every line is filled out. The online version will take a digital signature, which will allow us to then pull credit and get an instant pre-approval decision. So once this application is completed, within 5 minutes time, we'll be able to give you a decision if this file is able to move forward, and then we'll put them into underwriting to make sure we're getting the proper loan documents. So again, a really user-friendly system we're set up. Now, in terms of what's the money going to cost a merchant, if you want to quote a payment price, again, we do have these in the presentations, but this is a great tool. I put together the 6 and 12-month payment option. So again, if you're talking with your customer, wants to know, well, how much is this going to cost me in terms of a breakdown, we have it set up here. So again, this is in a PDF you could send separately. Or I'd also print this out for pitch book as well along with the other PDF, which is already have it in there. But again, just to send them the cost breakdown separately, it's right here. $10,000 to $70,000 maximum daily payments, origination fee, interest charged. And again, I also put the comparison so you have that in front of you again, and showing the true value. Again, really focus on why our program is superior in terms of the cost of money and having them be in a better position. So again, if they want a future loan, they'll come to you for future lending as well. So that's the 6-month, and again, the 12-month program is right below it. So you click on the 12-month. Again, I'll just open it up just so you can see it's really the similar document set up the same way. Connection's taking a second here. Okay, sorry about the delay. Okay, so again, 12-month breakdown. Just be aware of the differences. Now, you always want to start, whenever possible, with a 12-month loan breakdown. There's a little extra commission in it, but again, the final underwriting decision is going to be made based on their cash flow, their bank statements, and their credit and the nature of their business. So, again, when you're counseling them, keep in mind that these are the factors that are going to dictate what loan approval he's going to get. Okay, but you have every tool here to introduce the program and do it very effectively and do it correctly. Now let's go through the online loan app, which again mirrors the paper application. If you go to the main page on our website, again we do have the video up, but if you hit the Apply Now button, okay, you as a agent with American Merchant Funding will fill this out as well. And again, keep in mind this goes directly into our back end in our office. Again, put your agent name here, agent code here. That's why it's set up. Also have the application set on the top left. And again, don't forget the qualifying questions. It's critical that these get asked. Have you been in business in operation at least 2 years? Yes or no? Do your customers pay for products at time of purchase? Does your business accept credit cards? Does your business bank statement show at least 15 deposits per month? Again, just check these off, yes or no. And is your average daily bank balance $3,000 per month and total deposits over $10,000 monthly? Now, keep in mind, if the cash flow is good, if they're not in business for 2 years, there are some exceptions to the rule, but just make sure that we're not blindly filling this out because, again, that deal is not going to get submitted cleanly. They're going to get a credit turn down, and it's kind of a waste of your time to fill out an application. So, again, we just want to put the right type of business through the system. Again, please go through the entire document. Once those qualifying questions are asked, general information, basic loan information, business owner identity, disclosure, signatures, and you have to hit the submit button. Okay, it's critical that this gets pushed because then the data won't transfer. So I'll hit submit here. It may not let me go through. Okay, and again, there's a little message here. But again, make sure all these are filled out. Okay, or else the loan will not get cleanly submitted through underwriting. So those are the basic tools. Make sure you review this information over and over. But again, we have a great system. You have the video presentation. You have the PDF pitch book. You have the paper application. You have the 6 and 12-month breakdown. And again, this is the sample capture page that we built, which we're going to build for each vertical. Again, I know I showed this a few times, but this is a system where, again, the video is framed in, and you'll be able to capture that merchant information so you have warm leads to call. So thank you for attending the training, and we look forward to seeing you on the next section.